Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday. Hot and humid, sticky, stormy, and everything else in between. June 15th, 2022. Jeremy Crosby here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Glad you're tuning with us for TF. Could be storms in the area right now we're about to hit, so be aware of that. We taped this a little bit before 6 today, so we don't have the exact numbers on and timing of the storms that could be happening in the area, but be weather alert today. We shared some of that information on our social media page earlier. Well, hopefully you're staying safe out there today as we are here at the TF studios. And we got a lot to get to for your Wednesday, including we'll check in with the car seat event that just took place. Yes, it just happened last night. And if you didn't have a chance to make it out there, we'll take you out to see to the festivities, tell you and introduce you to our new neighborhood officer and some information about the car seats and what went on. It was a fun night. It was a hot one, but it was a fun one last night. Plus, we'll check in with our city administrator. He has the hot news on CIP, Capital Improvement Plan, and more. We'll check in with him in just a little bit. But first, we do turn to our headlines, and we start with goats. When you can lead a show with goats, you know you're doing something right? Here we go. Goat story. Heads up at the dog park user for your dog park users. A herd of goats has arrived, and this means that the large area is closed until further notice. The goats are helping us with the invasive plant growth. People are welcome to observe them at the work from outside of the fence and use smaller dog exercise area during this time. And if you miss them, they're planning to return in 4 to 6 weeks, depending on further growth. So say hi to the goats while you're out there. They'll be hard at work getting rid of that invasive species. We'll hopefully get out there, get some video of those goats too coming up here on TF for sure. All right, Fitchburg Fire Department swore in 2 new firefighters. I want to introduce you to them. Fitchburg Fire Department is welcoming firefighter Camp Harmon and firefighter Matt Schrobel to our career staff. Special thank you to the city clerk Tracy Oldenburg for delivering that oath of office. The swearing in makes Cam and Matt official. Their ceremony swearing in with friends and family will take place in October during the department's award and pinning ceremony. But congratulations, welcome Cam and Matt to the organization. And we look forward to meeting them as go on. In fact, I got to meet one of them last night. So very nice gentleman, and glad to have him on the fire department. Happening tomorrow, we'll have our Strawberry Fest at the Fitchburg Farmers Market. That's right, it's here already. Join us for a day all about strawberries at the Fitchburg Farmers Market. Vendors will have fresh strawberries and strawberry-themed goodies of all kinds. The Fitchburg Lions Club will be serving a fundraiser, Culver's Ice Cream from Tard Drive, offering delicious strawberry sundaes. I'm planning to bring my daughter to this event. We'll be out there as well. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Feel free to relax and listen for live music and come and support the great organizations. And, of course, all the vendors that bring you those local goods from all over southern Wisconsin. 25, in fact, vendors come out each and every week. That's tomorrow, 3 to 6 p.m., and it's one of the 4 festivals that they have during the farmers market, which I think is so awesome. All right, turning our attention to pop-up library at the park. We got another one coming up. This one's going to be happening tomorrow from 2 to 3 p.m. at the Hugo Jamestown Park, 5810 Williamsburg Way in Fitchburg. And, of course, the pop-up libraries include stories, activities, and crafts. Say hi to Minda as she's out there bringing the library to you. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you haven't been out to one of these, you've got plenty of time because they're happening all through the summer, a couple times a week at different parks throughout the city of Fitchburg. And in the new part of Fitchburg, which is being annexed from the town of Madison at the Southdale Park. So come on out. It's a lot of fun and, well, good way to do some reading. And speaking of the library, the Friends of the Fitchburg Public Library have their used book sale. It starts tomorrow. Let's take a look. And the used book sale will be held at the Fitchburg Public Library, 5530 Lacey Road, June 16th through June 18th. Discover a wide variety of fiction, nonfiction, mystery, children's books, history, travel, health, gardening, and so much more at low, low prices. That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a pre-sale event only for the friends at the library. That's 4 to 6. And then on the 16th at 6 o'clock to 8 p.m., it opens up to the public. So maybe you should become a friend of the Fitchburg Public Library. Just saying. Either way, come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then this runs through the weekend. So you can check that out with the bake sale happening on Saturday. Starts at 2 p.m. And finally, today is World Elder Awareness Day. World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Let me say it right here. It's recognized June 15th, and here are some signs that you could look for in protecting our elderly. And there's so much to this, but I want to read this first statement here, and it says, the most common types of abuse are physical, emotional, financial, and verbal. The National Council on Aging says approximately up to 5 million older adults are abused every year. And the annual loss by a victim of financial abuse is estimated to be at least $36.5 billion. So we want to give you some ideas here. If you're a business owner or employee, you're an employee working for somebody, some things you could look out for neglect of an elderly person: the lack of basic hygiene or adequate food or clean, appropriate clothing, lack of medical aid such as glasses, walkers, hearing aids, medications, unsupervised person with dementia, person confined to bed without care, clutter home, filthy or spare, and having a fire or safety hazards kind of in the home, making it unsafe. Home without adequate facilities such as a stove, refrigerator, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Untreated pressure, bed sores. So you can look for those potentially if you're in the healthcare industry. Either way, these are just some of the signs of neglect. There's a bunch of different more to this story, and I'm going to share this with online today at Fact TV. When we post up the headlines, we do share all of our headlines with you, so you can check that out and learn more. Look here quickly at the financial abuse and exploration, the lack of amenities a victim that could afford giving excessive financial reimbursement or gifts for care and for companion. Caregiver controls elder's money but fails to provide the elder with the needs. Caregiver is overly concerned about the elder spending money. Elder adult signs property transfers, power of attorney or new will, etc., but is unable to comprehend the transaction or what that means. Could be another sign of abuse. Psychology or emotional abuse. You can look for unexplained or uncharacteristic changes in behavior, such as withdrawal from normal activities. Caregiver isolates elder. Caregiver is verbally abusive or aggressive or uncaring or demanding. All things that to look out for. And then some physical ones could include inadequately explained fractures, bruises, welts, cuts, sores, burns, unexplained sexual transmitted diseases. Either way, become familiar with these, and if an elderly person reports something to you, report it to the proper authorities. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We're taking you out to the car seat event happening last night, and it was awesome. We'll show you those details next. We're here on TF.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot?
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the digest, and today we're going to take you out to last night's car seat and car inspection event. It was put on by a lot of great local organizations, and if you missed it, here is a peek at what it was an amazing night around our area.
This is a car seat clinic which is put on as a joint collaboration between the City of Fitchburg Police Department, the Madison Police Department, Amigos en Azul, and then UW Health Safe Kids, who provides the car seats. And today is really all about making sure that families who need car seats are able to get them and that they're installed properly in their vehicles. On top of that, then we have all of the fun activities out here for the kids and their families to partake in, from the food truck to the fire department to La Movida and many other things.
You know, we can't have an event if it's not for our partnerships and collaborations. We are working with Safe Kids, UW Health Kids. They're providing the car seats and the installations. We have various officers from various jurisdictions helping with this event with the vehicle inspections. We have troopers here, we have UW-Madison, we have Fitchburg, we have City of Madison police officers and other organizations with our law enforcement. We also have La Movida, who's been helping us with this event in prior years. And we also have City of Madison and City of Fitchburg city agencies.
Today is definitely about meeting the residents that are coming out, breaking barriers, getting to know where people live, and figuring out maybe what challenges they're having in their specific neighborhoods, to understand our communities better. And this is a great way to do it, where we can provide a service through the police department, but also have a little bit of fun. Today is really kind of the one-stop shop event, if you will, where we can do the car seats, we can interact with the community, and the families and kids can come out and have fun. On the street, we have a handful of officers that are car seat certified that can go through and do the inspections and make sure that the families have what they need for the children in their cars. One thing to really note, though, is that today is not the only day that you can get a car seat. You can always contact UW Health Safe Kids, sign up for an appointment with them, and at any point during the year, they'll get you a car seat if you need one.
We always want to make sure that kids are traveling as safely as possible. There's many reasons why you need a new car seat or why you should have a different one. So we do all the checks. We make sure that the height, the weight, everything is correct, and that the car seat is installed correctly. We're also doing vehicle inspections that we focus, on equipment. Make sure, that everything's working so you're good to go on the road.
We have some officers here that are doing car inspections, and that's really about letting our Latino community know about what different infractions they may have on their vehicles, and again, breaking down those barriers to let them know that if you get pulled over for something, that it may be something just as minor as a brake light, or that your headlights aren't working or something like that, to make sure that your vehicles are in tip-top shape and that they can drive safely on the roadways. Yeah, so the neighborhood officer is a new thing. To my understanding, we haven't had a neighborhood officer in about 10 years here in Fitchburg, so we're trying to perhaps not reinvent the wheel, but start it up again and build those partnerships with people throughout the community, both our residents and businesses, and then other groups that are here today, like La Movida and Amigos en Azul and other groups.
Amigos en Azul, we're a group of officers from various jurisdictions. We all come together with one goal, is to serve our Latino community, break down those barriers. We do many events throughout the years, so all of us who you see here today, all the officers, were part of Amigos en Azul.
It's a unique event. Usually the car seat clinics are just primarily focused on getting families car seats. And this is kind of a new take on it, where we have all of our community partners coming out to reach out to people and really treat each other like one big family that we are living here in Fitchburg.
All right, there you have it. We'll get this package posted up online, and we'll be working on a Spanish version of this package as well that will get out here in the near future. You can check both of those online at our Facebook page, YouTube page, and online at fitchburgwi.gov. Take a quick break. Coming up next, we check in with the city administrator here on Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is your city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I am good. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. Glad to have you back on the show. We're in the warm period here in the city and across southern Wisconsin. But we're going to warm you up with some great information that's happening around the city. Okay, I tried. We're going to start with CIP. That's the hot button topic right now. And that's a hot button, but it's part of our budget process. And the mayor has put out the proposed CIP plan. So first, Chad, for people who aren't familiar with the capital improvement plan, what's that all about?
Yeah, so our capital improvement plan is a 10-year planning document that identifies large purchases and projects that the city and its departments plan to embark on over that 10-year period. The type of projects would include roadway projects like, our upcoming resurfacing of Scion Road or reconstruction of Scion Road and Lacey Road, other roadways that are planned over that time period, equipment purchases like fire trucks, police cars, snow plows, those sorts of things. So really we're talking about large dollar amounts, large significant projects and equipment purchases that would typically come out of the capital improvement plan. And when we talk about a 10-year plan, we really focus our efforts on the first 5 years of that plan. Those are the projects that staff tends to actively be working on and looking to bring to full implementation during that 5-year period based upon when it's identified in the plan and the funding being available and all the requisite approvals that come from City Council. And years 6 through 10 are more placeholder years where we know that, okay, we have these projects sitting here in that time frame, that 6 to 10 year horizon. So we have a little bit longer picture of all the projects and equipment purchases that will be necessary over that 10-year period and can kind of keep all of that in mind as we look to identify how much money is available to be spent and when it should be spent and those sorts of things.
So public involvement moving forward, and that's what this is all about. So it's out there now for your viewing pleasure, happening tonight. And I'll say this since this replays sometimes, June 15th, 2022, the departments will actually present some of the key things in the CIP coming up. So it's a really good chance for you to kind of learn a little bit more about the plan and what each department is proposing. But then moving forward, what participation will residents have in our plans?
Yeah, so just to kind of piggyback on what you just added there, Jeremy, the mayor's proposed CIP plan was released late last week. It is on our city's website for folks to review. And as you mentioned tonight, department heads will be summarizing their requests as they were placed in the mayor's proposed budget. And folks can use Fact TV to tune in to watch those presentations if they prefer not to come in person, but they're certainly welcome to come in person, and they can certainly watch live or on demand. And ultimately, alders will put together amendments to the CIP if they would like. Those I'm gonna have to look here to see exactly when those are due. Looks like they are due July 5th to the city. And there are a couple of opportunities for public participation. There will be public hearings on the CIP at the council meeting on June 28th at 7:30 p.m. And then also again on July 26th at 7:30 p.m. Ultimately, we would look for adoption of the CIP by the city council at that meeting on July 26th. So, of course, people can also talk with their alders as regards to their desires and what they'd like to see or any feedback they have in the CIP as well.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. The more years I've been on here, you learn a little bit more about this each and every year. But it's a lot of information that's collected all year long. So it is a process, and we hit a point where we got to make that decision. It's kind of cool how it all comes together. These are plans that are happening all the time. The feedback from the residents, the feedback from the mayor. It's all a cumulative stuff here that rolls into CIP, and then that rolls in to the budget, which, if it's not CIP, it's budget time, Chad.
Yeah, the next budget we'll look to implement is the 2023 operating budget. And as you mentioned, it seems between capital improvement plan budgeting and operating budget, it's a constant budget season around here. It's just kind of takes a full 12 months. We really don't get a whole lot of time off to begin planning for next year's budget and obviously implementing the budgets that have been approved and monitoring the spending on those budgets. So it's a regular occurrence here to be doing something with budget, and operating will be next. And those are, things that go into operating budget are the cost of personnel, which makes up about 70% of the city's budget, and then other day-to-day operational expenses and smaller projects and initiatives. Those are largely what comprises the operating budget. So that's really what keeps us running, so to speak.
It really does. And like you said, all of that will unfold here in the next couple of months. We'll have full coverage for you here on Fact TV. And of course, we'll have Chad back to talk about the plans as we move forward. And the mayor as well. We'll have his thoughts in comments on his proposed CIP and budget. Turning our attention to the town of Madison, we continue our communications with the attachment coming up on October 31st. I've had the pleasure of being out at several events, got to meet lots of great people so far. But Chad, as we continue to roll through the summer, we want to know what's next.
Well, we're going to continue our outreach activities. Jeremy, you've been an integral part, as well as Lisa Sanford here at the city, involved in our outreach efforts. And we participated in a couple events recently that have been in conjunction with the city of Madison. And we also have some Fitchburg specific events in Southdale neighborhood coming up throughout the summer. The first event in the park is going to be June 23rd, I believe, from 4:30 to 6:30, if my recollection is any good. And I think there's going to be a banner that's going to go up in Southdale Park or the Southdale neighborhood that identifies all of the dates during the summer months here, in which we'll be doing some activities via our outreach in Southdale neighborhood. And then we also have our outreach librarian is also spending some time in the Southdale neighborhood, as well as other neighborhoods throughout the city of Fitchburg this summer. So definitely quite a few opportunities for engagement with city staff through these events. And of course, you can always contact, or anyone that has questions can always contact us here at the city. Ask for me or anyone really if you have questions specific to the town of Madison. And we also have an FAQ section on our city website in regards to the town attachment. But we're down to about 4.5 months before that attachment takes place on October 31st. And it'll be here pretty quick.
You are right about that, Chad. It is cruising right along. Do want to mention too that materials were delivered out to homeowners in the condos, condo owners in the last week and a half. So yes, we've been out there and we're looking forward to meeting everybody. And as you had mentioned, people can still reach out with any questions they have. This is an ongoing process, and we look forward to meeting everybody and answer questions. I think that's the biggest thing here is we know you have questions and we want to answer those.
Absolutely.
All right, Chad, thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. We'll check back with you next month.
Sounds good. Take care, Jeremy.
Thank you. You as well. And we'll check in with Chad next month, and we'll keep him busy all summer long. And as he's trying to beat the heat here during the summer. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day. I want to thank everybody who came out to the car seat event and car inspection. And of course, Chad Brecken from the Fitchburg, or City of Fitchburg City Administrator. Either way, maybe that heat is getting to me like it's getting to you. Hopefully after these storms pass, it'll cool down a little bit. But stay safe out there tonight and tune into Fact TV. You can find us here at all these great outlets. And if there's any news to be shared from any damage or information, we'll get that out to you. Have a great night.